one battle after another. What a surprise hit for me. Now, at first, I lost interest in the Oscars. I mean, you know what? You'd think you'd want to maybe see it more with all that action with Will Smith and Chris Rock, but even before then, I kind of lost interest in that whole. I wasn't really seeing movies anymore in the theaters. Anything good, I would get it on streaming. I'd be surprised by fantastic like series like Ozark, for example, True Detective, especially the first season with Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson. But now going back to one battle after another. Obviously, we know Leonardo DiCaprio, I believe, got an award for Best Actor. And if he didn't, or if I'm mistaken, I don't think I am, but I'll tell you the truth. He carried this movie. It's about close to 3 hours. It's a big story. There's converging storylines, but he carried the movie. You're kind of watching him. And this is one of the hardest working movies I've seen and well worthy of all its accolades. Now, to the director, Paul Thomas Anderson. Personally, I think he gets into another side of film reality. I'm not sure what I'm saying there, sorry, but he kind of gives you a nitty gritty, the stuff that we don't really see in movies, but you're going to see it in his movies. Boogie Nights, you really get into the sweat of things, no pun intended. And then you've got Magnolia. I don't know if a lot of people have a recall on that, but Magnolia seemed to have been one of those very, very interesting movies with a lot of stories converging. And Tom Cruise was in it, and great performances, but it didn't really. It felt more like a depressing movie to me. And I don't mean. I mean, it as an art, it was fantastic. It delivered this story, but it's not one of those Jerry Maguires. It's not a comeback. Oh, this was a great artistic venture. And then There Will Be Blood. Now, a lot of people love that movie. I hear a lot of people talk about it, the acting. I've heard Quentin Tarantino, I believe, say he thought he was on top of it, and then he saw that. Now, listen, these are all great directors. Quentin Tarantino has quite a library by now, and they're following, in my opinion, in the league of, not in the league of, but, for me, Stanley Kubrick is really a high-peaking director. Fantastic. His movies are fantastic, and again, you'll see that for yourself. But focusing on Paul Thomas Anderson, he now is co-joined with Thomas Pinchon. Now, I'm not sure if I said his name. That's an author who's very well known for I think it's the Gravity's Rainbow, or the Rainbow's Gravity. But this is one of those authors who has a persona much like J.D. Salinger. I tried to read his stuff. It's not for everybody. I'm sure I got through one smaller book, but he writes big books, and he really is a wordy guy, and not knocking. It would be great if I could even write and be noteworthy as that. But I mean, I'm quite satisfied with where I am, and I hope you will be too. But this is like just a fantastic combination of a great director, a great writer who has a legacy. You could say a legendary one, if almost like infamous, like a J.D. Salinger, who was the author of Catcher in the Rye. And so you have a combination of things, and then boom, you go into your cast. You've got Leonardo DiCaprio, definitely getting the proper praise because he's carrying this whole story. You'll see it if you see it for yourself. I'm not going to do spoiler alerts, best to my knowledge, because I planned this out. Then you've got Sean Penn. What a dynamic character, very intense, crazy good. And then Benicio del Toro. Now, if I was really inspired to give you this video, it was because of Ocean Waves. Now, that was his meditative term. When you see the movie, you'll get it. But Ocean Waves. If you get a little bit anxious, folks, take a deep breath. Ocean Waves. Now, I may not have did that for you in a very calming way, but think about it. Inhale ocean quietly and exhale waves. See if that works for you. It's a nice relaxation tip, and trust me, you'll need it throughout the movie. It plays its part. And you've got a really, really great cast here. I wanted to make note that you have Ayanna Taylor, you have Chase Infinity, who played Willa, the daughter, who is really a main focus point, because this really is a movie. I know what you may have heard on YouTube, and I know what you may have seen or been aware of with the Oscars, but this is movies about what's important to you. I'm not sure, it does hit on, I'll leave you to decide, but I felt like this was a very, very heart-gripping movie. Like, I mean, it just made you see, like, what's a father, what's important to who, why is it important to them, and to top it off, I hope you're still with me, But this movie gives you secret societies. Who doesn't love secret societies in movies? And I'll tell you one thing, I didn't leave it in my notes, but you know what? I don't think it's any good to be in a secret society. In fact, I think you're far from safe if you are in one. So if you're about to join one, consider that, because I don't think things just end good. I'm not sure if you have any friends or people you can trust, but if it's a secret society that's making surprise parties for just good times, okay, maybe that's at the most I can handle with the secret. But everything else that's a secret, it's a secret for a reason. And if it's hidden, it's not hidden for good reasons. Anything good is really brought to the light. One battle after another, fantastic movie. You guys got to watch it. This is a movie worth seeing, and this is a director worth seeing. Cut.